I
Really?
see so many parallels. You see some people that might not be the best rapper,
Mm.
but they have crazy stage presence. So they're able to take their, like, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 bars and make them super effective. Where you see some people, crazy talented writers, but they've been in their room the whole time. They get out there, they're delivering crazy stuff, but it's like timid and blocky and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Where
like,
it's like, yeah, I see that, like, because for me, I always tell people this, like, I'm not the best chef in the world by any means, but will I dust you in a competition? Probably, because
100%.
I am so comfortable and candid on camera and under pressure. Like,
Yeah.
I'll walk circles around you, even if you can do better technique than me. Can you do it while there's like cameras in your face and shit?
Dude, and that's the biggest correlation between battle rap as well, man. You could take somebody on paper that, the majority thinks you dust, and if you just put in enough work or you get their back against the wall and they don't know how to adapt to an environment that you're in, you could fucking wind up 30 in them. And on paper, or to the majority of people, they'll say, man, that's crazy. I thought he was better. It's probably the same thing as you. Like, oh, man, I thought that guy would cook him under the fucking table. And now fucking Cody's doing dabs, throwing frying pans around the fucking kitchen, like, making you look like shit.
Yeah, well, hell yeah. No, I mean, I see that parallel on both sides, because especially with battle rap, like, how many times do you see a card where you're super hyped about, and you're like, these two people are going to be great. I think it's definitely going to go this way. And then it goes the exact opposite way.
It's the beauty.
It's like the same thing with cooking in a competition. It's like with these basket challenges, and like, even though we all have different ingredients and stuff like that, and that's my wheelhouse, you might have ingredients that play better to whatever judge we're going with. You know what I mean? It might ring something at home. It's the same shit. It's like some people's material can be better on paper, but it's like, how does it get delivered, received, and stuff like that?
How does it get delivered?
The similarities are endless. I've been saying for a minute now, I want to do a battle at some point.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. I mean, it's a crazy rush, dude. And I always want to do a cooking competition too. I'm like a pseudo cook. I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. But I always want to just give it a shot, man.
Hell no, I heard you. I was on your stream.
Oh, you talked the best.
I was on your stream, and you were talking about A-Word cooking Geechee, and you were like, this is the part where he's just basting. He's basting the steak. The butter is foaming. The steak is almost done, and I was like, dude, that's exactly when you're putting your butter in, is towards the end. Like, people always try to put butter at the beginning. It burns. It's just for the finishing.
Exactly.
And not only that, just the way you were describing, it's like the temperature needed. That's when butter foams, is when it's at the right temperature. I was like, oh, homeboy at least knows how to cook a steak.
Dude, I try, man.
Hey, talk about it. Can you be about it? That's a lot different.
Dude, that is a lot different. And let's just say not everything comes out like wall to wall pink. I usually fuck it up. Do you have a favorite food? Is that a weird song? Do I have a favorite song?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I kind of answered my question, right? Yeah, I know, because I like all music.
It just depends on so much shit, right? It's like, once you've been doing something for a long period of time and you've developed a catalog, it's kind of like, what mood am I in? Who am I with? What's the weather like? What am I doing today? That kind of stuff. So that's what I always try to ask. And it's probably similar, it's like, what's your favorite style of, I don't know, like.
Yeah, it's one of those cliche, yeah.
Yeah, you've gotten good at something to a point where it's like, all right, well, I've kind of developed a certain few catalogs, and I kind of choose between them, and some of them honestly at this point intersect and are so cross-referenced that, like, I don't really know what I do anymore. I'm just like kind of good.
Yeah,
like
you just do.
And I'm terrible in like how I look at myself. It's like, the pursuit of knowledge. Like, I'm terrible in the sense of what I plan to be, but like. Anyways, long-winded way of saying, I do a lot of Italian food. That's what I grew up doing.
Oh, there you go.
It evolved into like, the shotgun blast went from Italian to zoom out to like coastal Italian to like Mediterranean in general. And now it's just hyper eclectic. Now it's more so, it's not like I identify with a particular cuisine. It's more so like I'm on a search and destroy mission of like, ooh, I see that's cool. Let me figure out how that works. And I just do that.
No, I completely understand. It's the same way I feel like about a certain style that I have that you know, I could be unpredictable, but I'm also habitual at the same time. There's certain parts about me that you know I'm going to do in
There's
certain.
a brand.
Yeah,
there's a brand around the way you write.
Exactly. And there is sometimes now like the latter, not like the towards the end of my career, but like deep into my career where it's like, okay, I don't even identify as that anymore because I just want to do everything else. I want to work on my punches. I want to become a better schemer. I want to be a more all-around person. Like back then I used to have like, all right, this was my bread and butter. This is my wheelhouse. And now it's like, well, everything is there. I just want to tackle it all and see like what I can make out of everything.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but like I hit this point a few years ago where I was just like, I kind of got pretty good at cooking. It was like right before I was on Hell's Kitchen. I had a bunch of things that were just working out. So a lot of hustle, fail to the big success.
Yeah.
And I had this moment where I was just like they're like, hey, who are you? And I'm like, I immediately was like, oh, I'm Chef. And I was like, I'm introducing myself by my career. And I had this moment where I was like, taking a step back, it's like, oh, I think I might be a better creative, a better person at my job if I like work on identifying as myself first, and then knowing that that's just something that I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And
because like hella people just get like, no, not to cut you off. My friend Scott said it hella well. I just want to finish one point. He said hella well because I want to start an interview show too, and I was interviewing my buddy Scott, who's a professional cyclist, and he was like, I'm the only person in my family that doesn't, like when they go for like Christmas and Thanksgiving, that doesn't identify themselves by what they do, you know? And I was like, damn, that's sick. That's cool to me.
Yeah, it's an amazing perspective to have too, man. I feel like perspective is everything, especially in a field like this, man, where it's like you're a content creator, you're a chef, but you're also like full-time you, right? It's like your personality takes you just as far as your abilities do.
Yeah.
And you always have to like, you're constantly having to try to find that balance between the two.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like how is like I've always rapped, right? And then I feel like I'm 32 years old. I've been rapping since I was 14, so 18 years. And it took until like maybe like a couple years ago where I actually became like a full-time, like where rap was my thing. What's the like what does it feel like to be like where you're a content creator for your passion, like your talent, what you do, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird, right? It's weird as fuck.
It's hella weird. Well, it is weird, but it's always it's a similar weird is what I'll say. Because I've always treated my life like a video game. Like I try to like zoom out and be like, all right, build my castle in the future. How do I get there? You know what I mean? Like what's the biggest I can dream? And let me work backwards from there. So it's like in all these things, whether when I got into cooking, at least I stayed in restaurants and I just saw a similar rubric of like, it's a rough industry. And it's like, you just get treated rough and then you open up your spots. You can treat people rough and you do good and then you die. And I'm like, that's boring shit. You're just taking up rent and just, it's just the time lapse of that is just a street that gets filled with different restaurants that no one gives a fuck about in 100 years. You know what I mean? Whereas I'm like, hell no.
No, you want to leave a mark.
Zoom out. So I've always done random stuff. And so the transition between like, what I've done last was consulting. I was consulting on a sick project in Aspen, a private resort concept for a year and a half. And then I, was like, I want to do content and shifted full time into that. So it was weird because it was a new industry. I was all of a sudden hella bad at a bunch of stuff. I bought, I bought a fucking really nice like DSLR camera, like, editing equipment and audio equipment and lighting and all this stuff that all of a sudden I'm like the dumbest person in the room again. So it's not a weird that's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
If that answers that question. It's a weird that I like. It's something where I'm like, I like being the dumbest person in my own room.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we were talking about before the stream came on, where it's like now I'm doing like I'm doing battle rap media now, or like I'm trying to extend like my Call of Duty community, and you're just a fucking baby. You're a baby, and you're new and you're stupid, but like it's like the biggest rush for me because it not only gives me a goal, it gives me something to go for, but it reminds me of how I succeeded in something else. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing the battle rap and be like, yo, if I could get where I feel like I got in battle rap into Call of Duty, it would be, you know what I'm saying? And just like keep like putting out fucking goals, man, and going for it, dude. It's fucking
because I think that hell yeah, man. I think that like actually I'm gonna take a shot to that one. That's a fucking good one right there.
What are you taking a shot of?
Some Don Julio, whatever they had at my local,
See, I
situation.
left the alcohol in my kitchen.
I'm doing it for you. I'm hanging out with one of my favorite writers.
Thank you. Thank you,
What
man.
I was gonna say,
Dude, by the way, what you said in your post, man, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate what you had kind words, man. You had kind words about me as an artist.
Hell yeah.
It really does mean a lot, for sure.
I mean it. No, I've been a fan for a long time.
Thank you.
I'll get to what I was gonna say in a second, but like I've just, whatever it is in life, I've always thought of everything as a competition. I was a super timid little boy, mama's boy. Everything was fine. I had some sort of catalyst event that happened to me, and I was like 17. I was like, I hate everything. I've been working since I was 13, and I just was like, fuck it. I'm gonna do life different. I left home, and I just like have just been a gypsy and a fucking traveler, and there's nothing I can't achieve kind of mindset ever since. And so I always resonate with people like you. Like I look at battling like one of the most intense mental like exertions that you can do in any creative form. And I consider myself a creative at the end of the day. That's what I love fucking doing. So that stuff takes an insurmountable amount of balls. And I can't wait until battle rap gets the credit and the light that it deserves, because it's still, to me, like a 2 and 3 out of 10 of what it will be. Yeah, and it's like I can't wait for the day where battles are like headlining like festivals and shows and stuff like that. Like that's where I can't wait for that kind of shit.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Anywho, hats off to you. What I was gonna say is the difference between, back to what you were saying, and like this is the topic of just like the climbing of the ladder, getting good at stuff. I think that people are afraid. We're naturally afraid, and just primordially. Yeah. And I think that the line between addiction, like drug addiction or anything negative, and success, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same cause. Both of those things, positive and negative, are knowing that you can do something. That's like, in my opinion, man's biggest strength and biggest fault is knowing you can do something, being cognizant of that feeling of either accomplishment or that safety blanket, which drugs are, like to me. I do love drugs, but they can't get out of fucking hand.
Yes, they can, 100%.
And I live that. I mean that to the fullest extent. What I mean by that is I was a drug addict. I was super addicted to whippets and stuff like that when I was younger. Whippets primarily, but a lot of other shit in tandem. And that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. It was better than any success that I ever had, because it taught me the idea that like it showed me just kind of like how the mind works.
The use, like the drug use, you said? Yeah.
Once it's being a drug addict set me up to being a businessman, I would say.
Wow.
Because it set me up with the perspective of like, I understand how the mind works. The mind wants that excess. Like, and it's like how to manage that. Like, let yourself, don't be afraid of the monster. Let it come out, and then understand how to manage it.
Don't be afraid, dude.
If you're fearful of it, it'll come out in a way that you won't be able to control.
I took a shot of this like 5 seconds before you said that, but yes, what you just said times 1,000. I've spoken to so many people, and I will get into that later with you as far as like your mental health check-ins, which I'm a huge fan of, man. I'm all about like the mental health. I think it's so fucking important. But identifying, dude, I've spoken to so many people in my life that try to, that reach out to me because I'm transparent about my battles with depression, anxiety, past drug use, and stuff like that. And I use that word, monster, every single time. You have to identify the monster. As long as you know what it is, and you know when it's happening, you can identify it, like you're good, and you just roll with the punches, take what you can. Everything comes in waves, life comes in waves, but it's the monster. Identifying the monster, that to me is like the most important thing.
We are capable of immense amounts of terror and possibility at the same time. But gearing back to what you're talking about, like switching gears from battling to hosting to blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. It's the same shit that drug addiction is, but in a positive light. It's the opposite, in my opinion, where it's like you get to experience the holy fuck, I know that I can do something, and then you can just apply that feeling to anything else. So it's like,
100%.
I'm not afraid of like when I started doing content, the first thoughts in my mind are like, oh, you have to be the best, and you have to do like content that's the best, and then I was like, no. I would rather not be afraid of perfection and chase that dragon and put out content and learn like while I'm going, and in my warehouse, in my successful business in 5 years, look back on that and make fun of my first videos. Then wait 2 years to put out something that is perfect on a minuscule scale.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And it's funny because like you have to find the balance. I have to find the balance too a lot, man. I always, perspective really is fucking everything in life, man. You could look at a situation and you could say 10 to 1,000 different things, and you know you'd have a completely different reaction or way like you know that you go about it with. And there's so many times where I find myself like I'm so on and off with it, and it's probably because I'm, you know, a little unbalanced with the depression and the anxiety. So it's like one day you want to be the best, and then the next day you're like, well, let me back off because I don't know if I could, you know, handle that. Or maybe if I get there, I won't be able to deal with the pressure. Or maybe I'm not good enough. And then the next day you're like, you know what? I am fucking good enough, and I am the best, and I am going to do it. It's a constant crazy ass battle. But as long as you know that the battle's going to go on for the rest of your life, it's not, you know what I mean? Some people get fucked by it. And it's not like a Debbie Downer thing. Like when I say like, you know, I'll always have depression. I'll always have anxiety. It doesn't mean I'm always sad. It doesn't mean I'm always nervous. That is true. Yeah.
You might not. There's always that possibility. You might not.
There is. You know, and I look at anxiety as a pro, man, because I feel like for a while I never liked I never liked the feeling of it, but it certainly gets me ready. You know, I don't like fearing the unknown, but hey, if that unknown actually becomes, you know, comes to fruition, maybe I'll be more ready for it. You know, maybe my anxious ass will be
right.
Yeah.
I always describe it as like anxiety for me. I always tell people it's like a roller coaster that I've never been on. You know, it's like you bought the ticket and you don't know how crazy it's going to be or how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
You just know that at some point, you got to know at some point, there will be an end.
Yeah.
Like that's the deciding point.
That is true. That is true.
You'll probably resonate with this. You're saying like trying to find that peace is a fucking super hard it's a journey. For me, it's not the finding of it, it's the maintaining of it. That's the tough one. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sure, I've had bouts like, you know, extreme areas of confidence destroys anxiety and depression for me. Mm-hmm. When I'm on a peak where I've just like Hell's Kitchen, for example, 32 days in a row, nonstop, 20-hour days, hard fucking work.
I can imagine, man. Long. Yeah, I can imagine.
Destroyed my anxiety. I can do that stuff every single day. So like for me, anxiety and depression, it's fickle. We're creatures of habit. We work in circadian rhythm. Our body is way stronger than we give it credit. We get used to anxiety. We get used to depression. Like for you, I call it standing anxiety, where every day when I wake up to it, that's how I know that it's like kind of out of hand. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's like trying to keep that that perspective of like finding ways to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's a hard part. But the hardest part is then maintaining it. Because it slips out. Just like being a good person, just like being on time, just like doing laundry. It's just one of those like human things that like people think you're a good person once, you're good to go, you stamp your card, and it's like, no, being a good person takes constant fucking work.
Takes constant work, yeah. Day to day, minute by minute, like 100%.
Just like I'm assuming being a writer is. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, dude, I wish I wrote more than I actually do. And I actually just started.
Do you write for fun?
Dude, no, man. I don't, dude. And you know what?
So interesting.
It changed though lately since I battled T-Top in August. I've been writing. But usually and for years, man, like you know, I don't become a rapper till I'm on a contract. Then when I'm on a contract, that's when I start, you know, rhyming. I've been trying to get back into music for years, and I don't know when my brain's gonna flip that switch. Hopefully soon. But yeah, man, I don't write until like I have a battle. But as of late, I've been attacking a fake person that will eventually become real. Because that's interesting too. It's like it's hard to.
Funny. I've always wanted to know how that goes. Because like for me, I'm a fan of battle rap. Been a fan of battle rap for a long time, and man. I've written rounds for people because, like, when I think about, like, I think about, like, all right, how do I get in the mindset of battling? Like, how can I apply all the stuff, the systematic nature of learning that I've applied to everything else? What does that look like when I apply it to battle rap? How would I actually prepare for someone?
Yeah.
And so, whether it's like, all right, all of a sudden I have like reverse live as an opponent, or like random stuff where I'll watch someone like they're crazy, and I'm like, how do I write as them? How do I write against them? Like
that's
that
actually
so many 1-rounders and stuff like that.
That's great, dude. We got to get you on iBattle, man. We gotta get you on dude. You'll fucking tear somebody up, bro.
I have a bit, not in allegiance by any means, but I'm homies with like the whole fucking Bay Area situation. You know, whether it's it's like fucking it's hard to not want to go on like Battle of the Zay.
Yeah.
Because Dan's a homie and stuff like that. But mark my words, I will do it at some point.
Yeah,
I will do it.
I hope you do, man. I hope you. Oh, you cool with Dirtbag Dan?
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
When we were texting earlier, I kept thinking about Mac Lethal's. What he said. What did he say? He said, "I'll hit Dirtbag Dan with a firm backhand. The day you see your first black fan, you'll be like, word, dude, I heard that, man."
I can't remember. I still don't know who said it to him. That it looks like you've been frozen in ice for most of your life. I can't remember.
Yo, that's some grind time shit. 100% though. 100%. Oh man, I miss it so much. I've been waiting
to come back. I'm like, yo, they brought back Hitman. They brought back Cannabis. They brought back so many people. I'm like, yo, bring back Fresco.
Oh my god, dude. Yo, I think someone in my chat said it might have been Poe Rich. It might have been Poe Rich that said that to
Hella
funny.
Dan. So fun fact for your chat,
I
was actually on a battle rap show before. I was on Avocado Show, Ruin Your Day. I was on Watch, and me and Ronnie, who's my boy, Ronnie's my fucking boy. Me and Ronnie watched Poe Rich versus A-Ward, and that shit was so much fun.
Damn, that was actually fun. That was when Rich came back. Yeah, that had been a while since Poe Rich came back.
I was so pumped. Originally, it was Ronnie that was supposed to go film it, and I was just his homie. And I was living in LA at the time. I drove him there, and then I was sitting on the couch, and Alva was like, "Do you want to be on the show?" And I was like, "What? Let's go!" Me? Yeah, this is a few years ago.
That's fire.
But yeah, what was the line? He's like, "Yeah, used that." A-Ward said to him, "We used to have to walk to Blackout uphill." Both ways.
Both ways, yeah.
Both days. When he said, yeah.
Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. So you've been a fan of battle rap really since its inception, right? As far as like YouTube camera, like battle rap, because Grind Time is.
I can't say inception. But I've been a fan for probably around, I want to say coming on 9 years. 10 years.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much I mean Grind Time was really the first. Yeah, Grind Time was really the first, besides like Smack, and obviously Smack had like the DVDs before the YouTube era. But yeah, Grind Time, man, dude, that was when you had to click a link to the second round. Back then, you couldn't even fucking upload an entire battle in one shot. It was you had to watch round 1 and then click round 2 and then click round 3.
That's back when Nestle wore hats, man. It was big.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, dude, I fucking loved Nestle, man. He was so fucking fire.
Where has he been at?
I don't know, man. Probably somewhere. Probably on a corner rapping somewhere, dude.
He's so good at rapping.
Yeah, he's
so good.
His rhyme patterns are unmatched.
I saw him battle Alias the Addict was supposed to battle Ness, or someone fucked up the flyer. Either that or someone fucked up the flyer, because I was going to a King of the Dot event in LA. And I was like, sick. Love Ness. Ness is a beast. He's one of the funkiest, weirdest flows that exists. Alias, I didn't know at the time. And then I walk in and I see Nestle with a big ass donkey rope chain on, and I was like, yo!
Yeah.
I was like, what's up, man? I'm a hella big fan and shit like that. I was like, so good to see you. I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm about. And man, it's so crazy to see that dude in person.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine to hear him rap live, man. That must have been a fucking movie.
Have you never?
I've never seen him live. I think I met him.
I got some stuff.
I know you need to put me on, bro. You need to put me on, dude.
You know something that I don't know. I've never been to a URL event. You fucking been on URL events. So
yeah.
You got a little bit of but I've never
such
been
a mind
to a
fuck
URL
too.
event. I've been to some proving ground kind of shit that they've done in LA.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a It is an event, but as far as usually I
hope everyone's just gonna fucking leave the stream right now. I've been to hella King of the Dot events. Just so many happen on the West Coast.
Yeah. Well, King of the Dot was doing a lot of shit on the West.
Dude,
They're
but
doing a
I've
lot of shit.
almost booked trips to. It's just because of fucking COVID and all this crazy shit. Like I've wanted to go to Texas so many times
Oh
for
man,
events, and yeah, he seems like
dude,
Houston events are sick. And,
I'm dying to perform there, man. Houston has been dope. The events that they've had there, some good turnouts, man. The crowds are always good there. It's been dope. They got to come back to New York too.
bet. Well, hella want to go to Houston. I also hella at some point want to go to a Philly crowd and just say fuck you to everyone.
Dude,
You know what I
Philly
mean?
crowd.
Just be in the crowd and just be like, that's the one time where you just can boo everybody.
Bro, I went to a Philly event. The only Philly event I went to ever was Gates of the Garden event, straight Dennis's league. Dude, I walked in there, 10 seconds, a fight broke out, right? This guy's beating the shit out of somebody, right? Everyone thinks like they're gonna leave. I'm waiting for shots to fly, right? 5 minutes later, the dude that was beating the shit out of the other guy had a battle. He wound up battling.
Hell
In
yeah.
a fucking 3-round battle, beat someone's ass, and then fucking 10 minutes later was on battle. I was like, yeah, I'm in Philly. I was like, I'm definitely in a Philly battle league right now, for sure. And I'm repping Gutter City too, which is all like Philly, like easy to block captain. Dude, I'm on a team with Reed Dollars. That is the craziest fucking thing ever.
It's pretty fucking cool, man. That's
a
pretty
dream,
fucking cool.
dude. Reed's like the
sick.
YouTube rap pioneer to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talking like YouTube rap and like.
What's nice about Reed is that like, especially like, and no shade being given at all, but like, you know, the shot is spreading out. You have different people, you know, people like Dunch that are like great rappers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for battle
elite,
rap, it's like funny and blah blah blah. But what I like about people like Reed is that like you get a little glimpse of battle rap that is like it's got this little parentheses, this little hoverboard around it that's like protecting it from any sort of like, I feel like it's like a preservation of battle rap. Like he's one of those fucking people, definitely like yourself, where it's like as it goes along, it's like, oh no, that's still battle rap.
Yeah, 100%. No matter how much it evolves, and I feel like Reed. And tell me if I'm wrong, like in the kitchen, because I feel like with Reed, he's also a perfect example of how, you know, like basic, like traditional ways still work. Sometimes more than an advanced version. So when Reed will walk up to a stage, he'll go against this, you know, 2021, 2022 hybrid battle rapper that could scheme and punch and freestyle and then whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? With a style that you would look at as archaic, still effective to this day. So you do get a hint of nostalgia when you see Reed, and then you also still have that effectiveness of like at any given point, this still works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Reed reminds me of, so like Dunch in this scenario would be like a newer school cook that is more into molecular gastronomy and has crazy plating, but doesn't know how to bake, only is good at making pasta, like that kind of stuff, where it's like there's like a well-rounded aspect that might not be there, whereas like Reed is like, you know, he's like a line cook from New York City that like went through fucking like the 90s, 2000s, where it's like, I can call you and you can do anything that I need. You can break down a case of lobsters, and you can also plate food, run expo, and blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot of cooking, blah, 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 but yeah.
Yeah. And dude, now that you said that, bro, like it literally makes me nervous wondering, because you were talking about like the baskets in Hell's Kitchen, right? Which to me is my favorite part. But you were do you ever sit back at any of those baskets before it comes out and go, I might not know what to do with this? No, right?
Nope.
Just supreme.
Nope.
Love it, man.
But no.
I love it.
Well, no, and I'll put this on a lot, man. I am not the best chef. I don't have any interest in being the best chef in the world. But being the best competitor in the world, that is something that I aim to fucking be. I think in a competitive mindset. I approach cooking from a competitive standpoint. I've been doing it for a second too, so it's like, no, it'd be really hard, and you know, bring it onto your chat, like throw up anything that you would want ingredient wise that's not fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't put condoms in there. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that I couldn't figure it out, but like, you know, I yes, for the most part, anything that's conceivable on anything that's ever been on Chopped or any show that you've seen on the Food Network, CBS, Bravo, you know, anything like that. I can't imagine what it would be. Candy, weird dried fermented stuff from Asia, like anything about it, has a place for
but
sure.
you know you're gonna kill it.
No, I can wake up and do that stuff every single day. So like when I was 20, I was on Cutthroat Kitchen, which I don't know if you've ever seen, but it was a show. It's sick. So it's like a Chopped style where it's 4 competitors, 3 rounds, appetizer, entree, dessert, elimination after each one. One person goes home at the end of the day.
Nice.
Just like Chopped. But the thing with Cutthroat Kitchen, it was started by Alden Brown, who used to have Good Eats, and he's like the food scientist. He was one of my original like OG inspirations. He's just like people will be like, hey, this is how you make sauerkraut, and this is why everything's happening. That why shit's super important to me.
Yeah.
But anyways, like that was the first competition I ever did in cooking. I was 20, and I was the youngest person to win this major show in the Food Network, most popular show in the country at the time. Yeah. And ever since then, I'd always done competitive stuff, but that was high level and like thousands of cameras, like big shit.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's kind of solidified like that environment as a home for me. I love that shit. So literally every day I could wake up and compete against someone new. And that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah.
So we don't do this enough. Let's talk about meat for a second.
Take the shit. Right. Just take
what I'm doing right now is, on a micro level, I'm making videos for YouTube and Instagram. I'm making cooking videos. I'm trying to be more accessible and stuff like that to brands, to do paid promotions, and basically find stuff that I like and make sure that people know about it. That's how I'm making money. That's my hustle. Yeah. But the macro, the zoom out, 5-year plan is I just partnered with like a really big up and coming cannabis company. And nice. I'm starting a very fun, to say the least, event company. I want to start doing this stuff that I've been training all my life for, whether it's food photography or working for billionaires and traveling all over the world and throwing crazy fucking parties and cooking good food along the way. I want to start bringing that into a fun lifestyle company. So I'm working with this company called Gold Pusher. It's based out of Oakland. It's a really crazy high-level cannabis company and distillate company. And they just have everything. I say we because I'm working close with them. But yeah, basically I'm starting to work and just do crazy events. That's starting in California. Yeah, all over the state and then hopefully all over the country, partnering with fun brands and stuff like that. And just basically whether it's doing concerts or supper clubs, selling tickets to fun events that is geared around, presenting like a really sick cannabis brand. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. So definitely, especially amazing. For all these battle rap events that happen on the West Coast.
Ooh, this is
gonna be one stop shopping. I'm about to start doing a bunch of pop-ups and stuff like that geared towards it to show like the actual catalog of food that we're gonna be presenting. But it's gonna be a really fun team, really great product, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
It sounds incredible, man. It sounds incredible, and I like it. You definitely exude confidence, man. You could tell it's no fluke, man. It's inspiring, especially even just having a plan, man. Not a lot of people have plans, dude. Not a lot of people have a micro and a macro. Not a lot of people look out and 5-year plans and things like that. So it's it's dope to see that, and it's dope to see that like you're not even worried about it, right? It's like something to be excited about. To feel failure, if you were someone that was so worried about it, you probably wouldn't even be doing it in the first place, right? So just the fact that you could take that dive. It shows a lot, man. People don't do it, dude. It takes a lot, bro.
They don't. People are afraid. And I don't know about you, but like, man, I was a timid kid. I wasn't like born to do anything.
Yeah, I was timid. Yeah.
I bet you probably feel the same way. Man, so many times I have so many people that come up to me that meet me and they're fans or some shit like that. And they're like, I'm such a fan of you. You're so lucky you found your passion. And you're so, and I'm like, ooh, let me take that back. Let me offer you something. It's like, I'm hella not lucky. I failed so many times. I've been fucking homeless, lived in cars, all sorts of shit like that. People don't see the failures, and when they do, they're not interested in it. You know what I mean?
No, they just want to consume whatever it is.
I've fucked up so many times, and it's in my business plan to fail publicly in style.
Yeah,
like that's right. That's my shit. I'm gonna get it wrong as many times in front of people because I don't give a fuck what people think, and I just want to, at the end of the day, achieve a great goal, and I'm not gonna do that by hiding. Yeah, but I was not like that when I was a kid. I was a pussy, huge pussy.
Nah, dude, I feel you. I was a pussy too, man. And dude, sometimes I am too, man. For me, it really is a constant. It's a constant battle, man. There's a lot of things that, there's so many things that I've done where I'm like, man, I was this close to not fucking doing this. Like, why did I almost stop myself from doing this? Like, what the fuck are you even, you know what I mean? And it's insane, man. I guess that goes back to like the constant struggle with keeping your mental health in check, man. You always have to. I feel like for me, and I even give this advice to battle rappers that like say they just. I just talked to Luke Castro on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and he just punched through that threshold of now he's in all the big cards and he's getting all the big names, and I told him, man, like, don't reflect before you forget. Always step outside of yourself and realize what you're doing, because a lot of people, like, they strive to get to something, and you work so hard to get something that you spend more time working to get to it than you spend appreciating when you fucking get there. You know what I'm saying?
And then what's the point?
And then what's
the point? You know what I mean? Take a step. I always say this phrase, like, build your castle.
Yeah.
Build your castle. Build it as big as you want and as crazy as you want, and then work back from there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. It's definitely funny. And I just feel like people ultimately, they want to give an excuse of why they don't do it. And that's why I always try to cut people off when they say you're so lucky. And I'm like, no. I've almost given up so many times. Yeah. So many fucking times. And I just did it. Like, I've never been good at anything. I got good at one thing, and then I applied it to other things. Yeah. It's like that. If you were able to get that lucky shit out of the atmosphere, I would love if people could just, like, zoom out and look at people and be like, oh no, they just accomplished something because they didn't give up. They don't have something that I don't have. They just. Goes
back to what we were talking about, like the hard work over talent, man. There's so many ways to talent.
I've talked like in the pursuit of mental health. I remember talking to a therapist, and the thing that stuck with me the most, I hated this therapist, but they said something so great where I was like, you're actually doing a really great job. And I was talking about losing weight, and I'm like, yeah, man, I just don't have time. I work 90 hours a week. Most people work 40 and they complain. I'm literally working like 90 to 100 sometimes. I just don't have time. And they're like, and this person was just like, you don't want to.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
And
I was like, fuck you.
And what a challenge, right? Yeah, when you're blind to like what you now probably know, you're almost offended, right? Like, what do you mean I have time? What do you mean I have time? I don't. And then it's like it's like a challenge, and you're freaked out because it's like, it's true too. It's almost like you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar when someone's like,
yeah. And then how do you deal with that hand in the cookie jar? Because there's what's the term? There's basically like the first step of taking emotional responsibility and the second step. So the first step of emotional responsibility is saying, hey, I fucked up. But the second step is like not just forgetting it, living with it.
Yes.
And when she said that to me, I was like, immediately like, fuck you. No, I work so much. Are you kidding me? Most people work 40 hours in a week and they complain about it. I literally work double the fucking schedule on a high level. And they're like, do you choose to do that? And I'm like,
fuck you, man.
Oh, no, it's one of those things where I had to go.
Get away from Oprah.
About it. And ever since then, I always tell myself, whatever it is, whether it's becoming a better cook, becoming a better battler. I'm not a battle rapper right now because I don't want to do it. Yeah. That's fundamental. If I wanted to do it, then I would. Even though I tell myself I do want to do it. I have an interest in it. Yeah. If I really wanted to do it, I would be doing it.
You would be doing it.
Same shit with losing weight, getting good at anything. Yeah. Cooking or anything like that. It's just like, do you actually want to do it? Because if you did, you would be.
And it sounds so cliche, but it couldn't be any realer. It really can't. Like, it really is the truth about everything, man. Everything.
Because then you're stuck with a mirror. If you get mad at yourself at that point, you're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You're looking at your own mirror and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
Well, then why aren't you?
Yeah. Do you really want? Yeah, the amount of time.
Insert excuses.
Yeah, the amount of times I'm like, oh man, I got to lose weight, and then I'll like beat myself up one day, and I'm eating like shit.
Losing weight is I cling. So like, I went to college that I ended up dropping out of. I went to college and I started doing like Olympic lifting. Like I almost had like oh yeah, baby. I did powerlifting and I almost competed for a under 21 world record. And I didn't do it. I didn't end up doing it. I lifted the weight that was higher for deadlift and I never ended up doing it. And to this day, until almost like 6 months ago, I cling to this idea where I tell people, yeah, I almost broke it. No, I didn't, because I didn't try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because I could have doesn't mean that I did try.
Doesn't mean you didn't.
It's one of those like little things where it's just like taking accountability for stuff.
Yeah, accountability is a huge thing, man. It's a huge thing, and sometimes like I said with the like the weight and stuff, I lie to myself all the time because I just know what I'm doing. I'll be like, oh my god, man, I'm so tired of my fucking stomach. Let me make these 2 packets of ramen. Like, the fuck are you doing, man? Like, and
you're like going to the gym for 2 days and you're talking to your friends like, yeah, bro, it's just different, man. I just care about myself.
I'm just like, diffy, bro.
Like ice cream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ice cream and fucking tears. I'm back. I'm like kind of getting back on it though, because I just recently booked a battle, so they're gonna announce it soon. But I was literally like, I can't look like this on camera. Nope. I cannot. I can't fucking roll up looking like this. And it's everything for me, man. I feel like my mental health was probably the best when I was in the best shape of my life too. I feel like that's a huge thing that plays a part as far as like being unbalanced. For sure.
The tough part about, at least from my perspective, and they're all different. Dealing with, because I've had anxiety and depression ever since I was a kid. My earliest memories are panic attacks. I have a fear of throwing up now as an adult because when I was a kid, I'd wake up with extreme anxiety and always just be nauseous in the morning. I'd throw up and I'd be like, I'm sick. And I would just they'd be like, yeah, fuck you, go to school, blah, blah. Yeah. And, it's been a part of my life for fucking ever. Yeah. But the hard thing to talk to myself about is that exact conversation. It's the idea, because one thing that I think is weakness is when I tell myself, this is just how I'm going to be forever, as opposed to this is how I am. This is how I am right now. Because like when I'm in the mindset, and this is all personal, everyone goes through their own shit. I can't project my own stuff to someone else.
Of course.
I can just speak from a perspective of someone that has dealt with it and has fucked that shit up multiple times. And it comes back. And when that shit comes back, I tell you, hey, you can hang out, but you're not welcome here. You're going to fucking leave.
I'm eventually going to kick you out, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know me. I am not you. You just come in here. It's the roller coaster ticket. I paid for my shit and you're fucking gone. That kind of stuff. Just because I've like helped beat it a couple times. I've beaten it to the point where I haven't had it for months at a time. And for someone who's had it their entire life, I'm sure you can resonate with this. Not having it for periods.
Oh, it's like
not
a
having it for a couple days it's almost worse, because then you kind of guilt yourself into thinking, oh, I don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when it comes back, it's too late. And your problem solving situation set up. When it was gone for months, it was crazy. Crazy, that kind of feeling.
From just an overall feeling, and like, was it from a production standpoint as well? Did you find yourself doing more? Yeah,
clarity, absolutely.
Energy, and
like when you're going through it, sometimes just even brushing your teeth, making your bed, those little tiny things every single day, that just pile up. That's like, I always say a day becomes a week, becomes a month, becomes a year, super quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that shit's the definite. But anyways, that's the long-winded way of saying, like, I tried to treat that stuff that I had the conversation with a therapist about, to anxiety and depression and stuff like that. Because often we want to be heard. We want people, the normies, the people whom don't have, like, who've never fucking had it, to not take for granted that kind of stuff, because it's astronomical how much that stuff can fuck you up.
It's insane.
I got to the point where I was so strong with it that I mechanically was able to deal with panic attacks, to the point where I got booked to cook for Jeff Bezos and organized Jeff Bezos' birthday party, where every celebrity in LA was coming. And I had a panic attack for literally and counting 24 straight hours for the 36 hours that I was up straight. 24 hours straight. And I just mechanically got through it. Yeah. That's not strength to me now. That's weakness. And I like to look at this stuff in the sense that, like, one day it can be gone. Because I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
That is true, man. That is true, and it's not like when I said before, it's like kind of something that I accept I'm always gonna have. It's not really like a succumbing to it, but it's just like a if it is if
Yeah,
it's
you
around,
might have
at
it for the rest of
least
your life.
at least I just know what it is. As much as it sucks, man, I'm not 19 anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, well, and taking
I'm
power
not gonna
away
try
from
to
you.
end my life, and I'm not gonna self medicate with oxy and all the pills and coke in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like I
because it's not medication.
yeah, obviously, yeah. It's not medication, and then also it's just I've ID'd the monster. I've ID'd the monster, and it sucks, man. There's a lot of people that don't make it out of those early phases because it's such a foreign thing to them, that they don't have enough time to discover it. So I always feel
Or the platform, man.
yeah.
Or the platform, because like for me, man, I got some homies. I got fucking hundreds of friends,
Mm,
but I have like definitely less than 10 like homies.
of course,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And what I always try to tell them, because we've had brief, we're all growing adults. We're all around either 30 or below or around that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And we're all going through those catalytic endeavors that you do around that age.
mm,
And
yeah,
there's a couple of people that have had trouble in that area of communication. And I always tell people like, yo, we had a big call. We had a big fucking call and text message around a certain situation. And I'm like, yo, I treat all of you like a business. And hear me out real quick.
mm,
I treat all of you like a fucking business. You are all members of my business.
mm,
It's like, and I want to flower. I want to put effort into those areas of my business. It benefits me to empower you guys and to put as much information and effort into you guys as my friends,
mm,
as a business, just as it does as a friendship.
mm,
And what I mean by that is that like you just fucking got to keep the more you can be open and close with your fucking homies, the more that they keep you straight. The
yeah,
more that you feed them stuff that you want to be and might be and stuff like that, the more that they'll wait for that person. But
mm.
if you're not that person yet, woo, does that shit fall?
It's
That
yep,
shit falls quick.
mm-hmm,
My
100,
friends know when I'm lying. They know when I'm fucking on one.
yep,
They know when I'm hiding something good, and they know when I'm hiding something bad. And
mm,
that's on purpose. And I feel like people need to do that way more.
yeah. Yeah, well, like
Like
you mean
that's
like IDing like somebody if they're not feeling a certain type of way, like picking up on it?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what I mean by that is the more I communicate with my friends and build them up and let them know stuff about me, what I need, what I'm doing, the more they'll be available. They'll be better friends that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they can ID shit like that.
Yeah. That is
Because if
true.
not, man, I can't tell you how many friend groups I've met where I'm like, y'all are tight. Y'all all do super tight shit.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from super famous people to like, lower Instagram celebrities where I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, your circle makes me hella nervous. Not that I would ever say it to some people because I was a private chef for, many years, built a super successful business being a private chef in LA. I've worked for most celebrities you could think of and a lot of rappers,
Nice.
And I've
Nice.
seen A to B.
Yeah.
All the way from like the up and comers to like the fucking big Beverly Hills, fucking been there forever. The Diddy's, the Travis Scotts, the A$AP Rockies, like that kind of stuff. And the difference between having a good team and having a bad team, even when you're small, plan for success.
Yeah.
Like
night and day. That is true. I think your circle is everything. Obviously, your own thoughts are everything too. You put the right people around you, and yeah, I mean, sharing is everything. I feel like that makes every relationship work, right? Whether it's your friend or it's your girlfriend or boyfriend, like
or
you
business.
you always have to. It takes effort. It takes effort, and it takes conversation. It takes opening. It takes transparency. All of it, all the above. The second you stop doing any of that, things start leaking, pipes start breaking, and you know what I mean. It could become a situation.
Oh yeah. Because I would rather stress test when I'm planning on stress testing, not when I don't expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. When did you move to Denver? How long you been there?
Denver? No, I'm in Oakland right now.
Oh, you're in Oakland. Okay. How long you been
I'm
there?
a big gypsy. So
yeah.
I moved to Aspen like right before the pandemic started. So I took a consulting job. I was based in LA for like 3-4 years. I got deported from Germany and then moved to LA. Yeah. I was based in Germany. I was based in Europe for 4 years. I was based in Germany for 3.
Wow.
With a huge travel job. Got deported. Went to
What'd you
LA.
do?
Got a job. Worked for a fucking Saudi Arabian prince. Moved from
Jesus.
LA to Miami. Some business shit failed. I had to go back up north, live with some homies. Went back down to LA for 3 years. Started my business. Got a consulting job opening up a resort in Aspen, Colorado.
Wow.
Moved out there right, like pretty much during the pandemic. Started the project before it. Was there. COVID shut us down after a year and a half.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then I moved back to Oakland because my dad had a stroke, and so it's been fucking wild. No, hey, super happy. Everything's been crushing. My dad's doing great.
He is. Good.
But no, so I live in Oakland. I live in California. I'm from Northern California. I had a 707 number growing up.
Nice.
This is like, very close to where I'm from, and this is where I'm gonna put roots down again. So
nice.
But yeah, I love Colorado. Colorado was hella fun.
You love it? Yeah, it seems like a great place, man.
It was great. I was consulting, dude. The job I had, so I had been doing consulting on and off for like a couple years at that point. And this was the first big dog job that I got consulting. I ended up creating a job that I ended up taking, which was super fun. But yeah, it was basically in Aspen, one of the most expensive places to live in the fucking country. And it was a summer, like a kid's summer camp, but for rich adults. So I got to design like a dining program for a 14-room buyout property that in peak season was 30 to 40 grand a month, or 30, 40. No, sorry. 30 to 40 grand a day. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Dude, Aspen's
Who
crazy.
are these people?
I've had some ballin' ass apartments in some of the places I lived, like my spot in Germany, like all the but there was the most rent I've ever paid. It was $3 grand a month for a 600 square foot apartment in downtown Aspen. Yeah.
Stop.
It's just a different fucking life.
It's a different. Yeah, it's completely. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Is there kind of like a parallel between that and LA? Because LA
is one of the most expensive places you can live in the country, but it does not parallel to Aspen.
Yeah.
So like in LA, I had a $2,200 a month loft, like a studio loft kind of thing, but I had 30-foot high ceilings.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? And like it was in Sherman Oaks, like a really nice spot. And so there, it's like I pay for just the location. Granted, really cute spot, but it's downtown Aspen. But
yeah, that's fire.
Oh fuck! Why did I bring that point up? No, I mean Aspen was super cool. I loved that opportunity, but it was super polarizing. Like I was like, I don't understand. Like the level of wealth, like I would rather live in Atlanta and just like the $3 grand a month in Atlanta can get me a fucking crib.
Yeah,
when I lived in upstate New York, $800 a month got me a 2-bedroom house. $3 grand a month in Aspen was a 1-bedroom, 600 square foot apartment.
That's insane, man. Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, Florida. I feel like Florida's a little cheap over here. The place I pay for now. Compared to, I was paying like $1,000 in Long Island for like a basement apartment with an airplane bathroom, and it didn't even have a room. It was just a fucking.
What's an airplane bathroom? Just like the size?
A small ass bathroom, yeah. I just
did
call
it have
it
the little. Did it have the little thing?
No, not with like the occupied, not occupied thing.
That would have been sick. That would have been hella sick.
That would have been amazing. I don't know who I'd be telling. Maybe my cat. She didn't walk in on me. Yeah.
Are you a cat person?
Yes, I'm a cat lady. I fucking love cats. You don't like cats?
I respect them. I respect them.
I fuck with them. I fuck with them.
Yeah, no, I like affection. You know what I mean? Like I love dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah, I'm an animal person. I guess. Yeah, I mean cats. Yeah, they're like the closest to humans, I guess. But like some cats are mad affectionate.
Aspects. I think there's a good divide. There's some people that are dogs and some people that are cats.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, my cat's not. Well, she's affectionate, but she's also like typical cat. Like leave me the fuck alone until I feel like getting pet, and then when I'm over it, peace out.
All right. Well, hold on. Cats are cool, but like, when was the most nervous you've ever been for a battle? I so want to interview you. You know what I mean?
The most, dude. You know what's crazy about that? the nerves are they're very random. I could be stone cold. I battled T-Top, okay? I battled T-Top in
Which was one of the fucking OGs, man.
North Carolina, right? I battled T-Top in his house, his first battle ever. It was the return to the main stage for 2 years. For 2 years, we haven't had a big room battle. I was in his hometown. He had 20 people behind him. Dude, I didn't feel a fucking thing. And then I battled Dunch. Dunch might be the most nervous I've ever been for a battle. Dude, I battled Dunch, and I don't know if it was the time. I don't know if it was how much I ate that day or something. When I tell you, and you could probably see it. You could probably see it in my face now that I'm like telling you this. But when they start out, like when the video first cuts on and Lex is like, yo, what's up, man? I battle, make some noise, yada, yada, yada. And they're like about to introduce me. I almost pass out. I almost passed out. I was trying not to die. What?
Can I pee real quick?
Yeah, of course you can.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, of course. I'll edit it out.
Because I'm about to die.
Or I'll keep it in.
What? You almost passed out?
I almost passed out. Yeah, it's been a couple times, man. It's been a fucking couple times, man. Yeah, Chad, I almost passed out. Yo, to this day, I'm gonna tell Cody when he comes in. But to this day, I think Dunch tried to get me nervous. I think Dunch knew that I have anxiety.
Hold the fuck on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I has that ever happened before?
Almost passing out. Yes, and it's happened a few times and all at the same time. It's happened in the first 4 to 8 bar setups of a round where I'm exerting energy.
Oh, you're saying in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, no, before with Dunch, I almost passed out standing there. I was in the craziest daze and could barely breathe, like standing there for Dunch. And you know what? I think it goes a lot for my anxiety because sometimes when I have anxiety, there's certain places that are like my comfort, my home, right? So if I'm having anxiety outside of my house, I know that when I get to my house, the anxiety is going to go away. So that time period between me having anxiety and me getting to my house can get intense because the panic of like, get there, you're almost there. And with Dunch sometimes, and with just being on stage in general, I'm nervous, but I'm also I'm anxious for the battle to start. I need to get the battle going for me to calm my nerves down. So yeah, that time, and it was weird, man. I was eating like a Snickers bar before the Dunch battle because I thought sugar would help me like stop being lightheaded and stuff. Dude, it was terrible. I was literally like seeing double, standing across from Dunch.
Diet isn't gonna help you.
What?
At that point, diet wouldn't help you.
No, it wouldn't.
That's yeah.
It's like, just my body. It's just and then sometimes I'm ice cold, bro. Too. Yeah, sometimes I'm ice cold. Sometimes I could give a fuck.
But like from what I've like tried to read about it, because that's happened to me a couple times, and it's never been uniform. It's always super random.
What, the nerves?
Yeah, I find
that. Yeah, 100%.
When was the last time that happened to me?
Because
that's happened to me before, man, and it was like confusing and definitely like rockstar life. I'm like, dude, I'll pass out on camera. I would rather do that than back the fuck out.
Back away.
I'll be there and literally like haze on my eyes with a smile on my face, like fuck.
Yeah. But dude, the other times where I almost passed out, it happened multiple times, and it's because when I'm prepping when I'm on stage or when I'm off the stage, when I'm just at the event that night or that day, I have a little shortness of breath because my anxiety's going, but I'm not yelling. I'm trying my best to contain myself. So when you go from completely containing your energy, and then you're also not eating that much the day of an event too, because your nerves, man, I'm not allowed, I barely eat during events. So when I first start rapping and I first start yelling, exerting energy, I've almost passed out. B dot, real sick. I know them like specifically because I know where I was like, holy shit, I almost just fucking dropped. It was B dot.
During real sick?
It was real sick. The first 4 to 8 bars, I almost passed out. And there was a few more battles. Because it's like I'm trying so hard to be calm, and then I'm such a raging Italian fuck when I rap that it's an immediate like crazy exertion, and my body's just like, what? I'm on like 2 leaves of spinach, and and like a thing of yogurt, and I'm fucking screaming at the top of my lungs, like my body couldn't handle it sometimes.
Have you found something that can help you combat that?
Um. Not really, because like you said, it's so fucking random. Lately,
So random.
I've been ice cold. I think I've just gotten to that point where I've rapped so much and I've performed so much, I'm just okay with everything. Because I used to
Yeah.
dude, I used to have to take Xanax. I used to have to take Xanax before battles, before I even got on URL, because I would be
That's so
fucking
funny.
petrified, dude. We're petrified of a fucking battle, because it is exactly what you said it is, and exactly what it looks like. It's just so fucking intense, man, and it's just like,
Oh, people can't understand that atmosphere. People
like,
can't,
it's so
especially
hard to
cooks, when I try to show them battle rap, because I can't imagine the like my world right now happens so much in the foreground. It's like all of my skill and stuff like that. No matter how much I practice and stuff like that ahead of time, the day before, the week before, that's not going to help me. My skills are solidified.
Yeah.
Whereas like rapping and stuff like that, you have to come up with a product, and then you have to be able to recite that product, and then perform that product.
Yeah, you have
and then also,
three.
it's just like, it's super, sorry, not to cut you
No,
off.
no,
It's
no,
super similar to when I used to do, when I was talking about like bodybuilding and stuff like that. Those competitions, you do, to compete in a bodybuilding competition, to compete for a record, you have to go to like a powerlifting association, any of the major ones. You have to do squat, deadlift, and bench in the same day, not necessarily sequential either, to compete for the individual records. So whole time, you're like, it's not like a gym. It's not like a gym where you're prepared and you got your music and you got your boys or something like that. Where you're like, you gotta go lift that, and it's like, let's go. It's you have to contain your power and use it at a raw form.
Yeah.
That's what battling has always been like, the most perplexing form of competition. Why I really want to do it is because it's not just being good at something. It's being able to contain what you're good at and being able to explode that on a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Because like, you guys are the most similar to actors out of any other like form of music. Because you have to do stuff on a whim. You're not doing something recorded. No. Whether or not it's premeditated, it's just like acting, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I feel like it's a lot like Hell's Kitchen and cooking competitions as well, because you get one chance. You get one chance. Whether you've rehearsed it a million times, aka whether you've cooked it a million times, you get one chance. There's no like concert where it's like, oh, I fucked up that song, but I'll see you next week. I'll be in Nashville tomorrow. I'll perform the same song. There's no like, it's 3 rounds. It's basically 3 verse songs with 3 hooks that you've never performed before, you've never done before, and you get one chance. And then there's also somebody across from you that has the same thing, and they're trying to fucking.
They might have the hometown advantage.
Yeah. There is nothing like standing across from somebody that might ruin your fucking career. It really isn't. It's mind blowing standing across from someone that's like, if he does like a certain amount, if he does a certain thing to me that I can't do, my career could be fucking over.
Do you think, so that's interesting. Do you think there is a career ender? Because for me, whether it's Jefferson Price or any shit like that, because there's been so many along the way.
I love you, man.
I'm just trying to go back, baby. You know what I mean? Like whether it's that kind of stuff, or like Big K versus
Adi Boom.
Yeah. Shit like that. I don't, in this modern age, I just feel like there isn't a death sentence. I feel like it's longevity-wise, just what you're willing to fight back from.
Yeah, I don't think there's a death sentence, and I think it's because nobody cares as much as they say they do. So I think the way fans react to certain things, like if you get body bagged, there's only so long that they care about it until you're back on the next. You know what I mean? You're back doing the next thing. I think it takes something. I mean, dude, I hit Danny Myers with one of the greatest.
You versus Danny is one of my favorites, man.
Thank
you. One of my absolute favorites,
What's
man.
crazy is that's a fucking fight too. That battle's a fight, dude. Yeah,
well, Steph, yo, bitch! That shit made me. That shit made me hype, man.
But that's a perfect example of there's no there's no career ender, man. I hit Danny, and I took every single one of his slogans, everything that he does that's known, and I just picked it apart. And yeah, I mean, you move on. You move on for sure, and it also depends on how you it depends on how you react, man. It depends on how
defense is crazy.
Defense
Watching
is a huge thing.
You versus Real Sick was so funny to me.
Yeah,
because it was like that to me was like the older brother versus the younger brother.
Right.
And there was those moments where there was moments where the older brother sunned the younger brother, and there was those moments where the younger brother like would just say something like I forget what he was, where he like when you were waiting to rap, like when it was your turn, he'd be like, yeah, go ahead, talk. And you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking talk. And it's like his just little shit talking fucking grin.
Bro, I tried to get that kid shook so fucking much, dude. When we were literally standing across from each other before we stepped on the platform, and I was pacing left and right, staring at him, and I was like, "You ready, bro?" I was like, every fucking round, I was trying to scare the shit out of that kid, dude. I was trying to get him so shook, and it definitely didn't work. That was actually one of the first battles ever where I was like, I didn't get nervous today. That's fucking crazy.
Nice.
That's absolutely
insane. You got to perform. Yeah, that's a pretty cool level when you can get to the point where you can just perform from an honest, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, it's really nice to be able to get good at something to the point where when you have to do something, it's not work. You can slide into something and be like, I don't know, it just feels natural.
The efficiency of it, like the actual act of it isn't foreign anymore. Basically, like it gets to the point where, all right, at least this part, the actual doing, done in a
all
million
the questions
times.
Have been answered. You know how to do everything, so it's just like green light. So like I can't, like, whether it's, recently I had to do a big party in LA and I had someone that's not a cook with me, and I was like, hey, I'm about to drive to LA right now to do this party. Can you do it with me? And they're like, what do you mean, like right now? Like, can we go? Like, it's tomorrow. And I was like, no, I can do it. It's for 100 people. I don't have any equipment, but we can get everything in LA. It's fine. Major party, major, comedians, porn stars, all that stuff, celebrities, they're going to be there, but, nice. We'll just go do it. And it's just like that kind of stuff where you see someone from an outside perspective be like, aren't you worried? And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah. Nor do you have time. Nor do you have time to be worried. Like, I
was telling people, like, especially when I'm hiring people outside of the industry, which I do often because cooks are just cunty. They're just so stuck in their ways. Yeah. But I always tell people, it's like, if you don't see me nervous, if I'm not nervous, you're not allowed to be. You know what I mean? It's like, as long as I'm cool, you guys have to be chill. Right. Don't worry about deadlines or if it's going to get pulled off. I know if it's not going to get pulled off, and I'll fucking tell you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's the best way to work too. Like, keep it. I guess it goes back to like being open with people. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of things that fail because no one wants to say, "Hey, man, this might actually be later. I don't know if this is gonna work." People get scared and they shell up, and then it becomes something bigger than it was supposed to be.
But what if it did?
Like a blow up.
But what if it did? Whether it's anxiety, problem solving, any high level, low level job, it's always that kind of question for me. What if it did? What if you could? What if it works?
Yeah.
Because there's always a chance that it fucking can.
Always, in any facet of life, 100%.
I feel like I should do a battle in 2022 now.
Dude, you fucking will do a battle in 2022. And by the way, dude, you drop in.
On here right now that I'll do it.
Yes, please, man.
I'm down.
I'll fucking talk. I'll reach out to Lex tonight, man. I'll reach out to
Lex.
Who
wants it? Oh, who is that? Who is that white dude that jumped in on was it Twerks? He just battled recently on URL.
Which one? Oh god, Anderson Burris.
Yeah. Of course, the only fucking white dude. Come on, dude, that blew my mind. They put Anderson Burris as his real name.
Yeah.
Because what battle did he show up on? He was like, oh, my white friend. Calico.
Me. He showed up.
Your battle?
T-top battle. Yeah.
That was that one.
Yeah, he jumped into that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I fucking hate that kid.
That's fucking funny. Oh, I'll battle him.
Cook him, please.
I'll smoke that kid. I watched his most recent battle.
Will.
Bro, I've never rapped on camera. I've been writing for a bit, but I'll dust that. I'll put money on it.
Oh, 100%. I'm down. I'll put money on it too. Please.
Yo, if he wants it, I'll put 5 bands on. I don't care who writes for it.
5 bands. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
That shit's funny. No, I would. Here's my thing. You know, I learned this. You know, it's something that my mom said that's always echoed with me. It's like, if you want something done right, do it yourself. If you want something done fast, give it to the busiest person. That's me. You know what I mean? Like, I like to put a lot on my plate because then I get shit done. Yeah. So yeah, if there's anybody who realistically wants to challenge a person who's never battled in their life, fuck yeah, I'll do it. I'll hella do it. I'll dust those.
No, I love it.
I hope they really think about it.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I fucking love. I love the way you think. Honestly, I'll definitely reach out to them, man. I just spoke to Lex a couple days ago. He wants me back on there, so I'm definitely gonna be on iBattle a couple times, man. Dude, I'd love to. We'll fucking be on the same card. I'll get you on the same fucking card. Fuck somebody up, bro. It'd be crazy, dude. And iBattle's the place, man. iBattle's the place to fucking do it too. That's an amazing place to rap.
I'm not the best writer, but I'll outwork anybody.
Dude, that's all that's
a fact.
All that matters, man.
But I want to ask one question. As we're gearing down, I want to ask, who is the best, in your opinion, out of any battle rapper you know? Who's the best Call of Duty player?
Oh, the best Call of Duty player?
Yeah, I wasn't about to hit you with who's the best. Come on.
Besides, it's funny because I was about to hit you with a Call of Duty question too. I mean, besides me,
bring it on. I'm the best in my friend group, but
we gotta run it, by the way, too. Damn, who the I would say Ilmac's pretty good. Ilmac's dope. Ilmac holds like a 1.4 KD, 1.5 KD in Warzone. He's
1.4?
Yeah.
On what? On Warzone or Resurgence?
Warzone.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
that's better than mine.
Yeah, do anything over a 1 is pretty good.
Surf, I got a positive on Warzone, then I got a 1.39 on Resurgence, I want to say.
No, that's good. Surf is terrible.
Yo, I love Easy the Block Captain. He's hella fucking good. Yeah. Today I was listening to him versus Shine. I was like in my kitchen doing some shit, and I was like, man, Surf's cooking some shit. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, that's true.
He sounds so much like Surf.
That is true. Yeah, he does. He actually does.
Yo, listening Easy when you can't see him?
Yeah, that's actually crazy. Now that you say that, he does sound.
This same vocal stretch octaves kind of shit, where he's just like exasperated words.
Mm-hmm. That is true. What's you're dropping? Dude, you're dropping your sweet ass into Caldera. Right, you're hitting peak. The first round, the storm has closed. The loadout drops. What's your class right now? What are you
right now? Because I haven't leveled any Caldera guns. I haven't. I've had a busy month since it's gone on, but I have the automaton leveled up and I have the MP40. So I'm running hard MP40. Honestly, I could run a rocket launcher with an MP40 and be fine. You know what I mean? Like, MP40's chilling for me right now.
MP40's incredible, man. MP40.
It's great. It's great.
It's
there's nothing right now. For me right now, the vacuum is that there's nothing that's doing the MP or the Gallantry. Gallantry's a kit for it.
Oh, the Mac 10.
The Mac 10. There's nothing that's doing Mac 10 numbers right now, but the
Mac 10 still
the Vanguard SMGs are target busters.
Goated, yeah, 100%. Yeah, even the new one that just came out with the well gun, is pretty fucking crazy too. I'm just happy they patched it. I'm still freezing at buy stations though.
Oh, I'm still freezing at buy stations, and sometimes I'm getting loadout glitch.
Oh yeah, I get loadout glitches as well. I can't even.
Really tired of the buy station. You know what? It's a dog shit ass game. That's what we keep saying.
It is dog shit.
It's just like it's just so. My thing is accountability in any atmosphere. So far, you've been telling us you're going to give us maps, you're going to give us this, you're going to give us that, and no.
Yeah.
You don't do it, and then not only that, do you not update us frequently on what's happening when you don't do it?
There's one thing that I've noticed in the car, because I'm such a nerd with Call of Duty. I've subbed to all the fucking news channels and all that shit. There is something that the Ricochet, that anti-cheat, is actually fucking working. It's working. And now what's going on? They had a hacker caught on like Twitch yesterday that everyone like it went viral. What they're doing now is what Ricochet does is it detects when you're doing like just inhumane shit and accuracy, and it makes your bullets do 0 fucking damage. So now there's mad clips of hackers that like live stream that are beaming kids and getting nothing. They're not breaking shield. They're not doing anything. So
Bro, in Caldera,
that's a good sign.
In Caldera, but you play Resurgence.
They still, dude. You know what?
You still got hackers in Resurgence, man.
Can I ask you? I hope you say yes. Do you like Caldera? Am I still the only fucking person on Earth? I love Caldera. I love it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And the argument that I got in the other day was that Caldera doesn't have enough different textures. They don't go from this snow to land to building. And I'm like, all right, here's the only thing that Caldera doesn't do. Because they never had snow in Verdansk. They only had it to where you could see it. The only difference is that they have they have societal like structures different from not societal structures. Whereas everything in Caldera is from a particular era. But it's way fucking better. If you were a Call of Duty player, it's so much more fun because flatland stuff is textured. Even flat ground now, there's an even playing field.
Yeah.
And the trees make it so there's not just this high difference between high and low. It's so much fun. I love Caldera. My thing is that none of my friends want to play Caldera. They always want to play Resurgence. I hate Resurgence. I've never liked Resurgence. It's fun for multiplayer stuff.
It's glorified multiplayer. And Verdansk was chalked for me. I was playing Rebirth like 2 months before Verdansk was even like changed because I was getting over Verdansk just because we just needed something new anyway.
Well, because the 2.0 sucked, man.
Yeah,
the 2.0 sucked. They said they were going to give us a new map, and they didn't.
Yeah. But Cody, I'm here, man. I'm here if you want to run. I literally cannot.
What are you doing right now? Go right now. What's up?
I cannot play Caldera because of all my fucking friends. They all fucking hate it. And I'm like, dude.
I'll run. I got a boy right now. We can run trios right now.
Yeah?
I'm hella fucking down. No, I would love. My thing is that it sucks, man. There was that last commercial they're running where they're showing an area in Caldera with like the gunners on the top, this random thing on the beach, and I'm like, I haven't even been to that spot. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. I have friends that like I know they don't play COD unless they're playing with me, and I know they don't even make it.
Do they play 2K?
No.
Oh, all my friends play 2K or this.
But they don't make it like 2 minutes on Caldera, and they're like, "Oh, this shit is trash." I'm like, "You're not even fucking giving it a chance." And one of my friends was like,
"Exactly."
One of my friends that always says like how much he hates it, dude. I'm fucking playing with him. He decides to play a game. Yeah, he decides to play a game with me, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna take this zip line," and he goes, "They have zip lines in this map," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, you hate the map, but you didn't even know that there are fucking zip lines, dude?
How do you hate it?
Come on, man. Yeah, I think it's just." People came into it with just a bad. They come into a negative.
They just don't want to put the fucking work in. My thing is that I have a homie that's like, I like Resurgence because it's shorter. It's more quick action. I'm like, I wish it was longer. I wish that there was a game. I wish there was a game like Call of Duty where it was like Warzone that was way longer, where it was harder, and like you would have only like you versus like a certain amount of teams. You lock in. You have an hour a day that you can do progress. You're building camps. You're doing all this shit, and you're working. Like, I want it slower.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I like it, yeah, because it's a whole different plan, man. It's just a lot of planning that goes into it, time. Like, you have to do things correctly. Rebirth is literally multiplayer. It's just glorified multiplayer. That's it.
Resurgence to me is like for rugby, like, there's 7s and 15s. 7s, there's 7 people on the field. 15s, there's 15 people. Yeah. 7s is like the more athletic. It's more fun. You get to be more showy. 15's the more intellectual one. When you win a 15's game, it's sick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that would be...
Resurgence is the 7s. You know what I mean? You get to do all the player shit, all the fast speed stuff, but it's that 15 stuff that gets me going.
Dope, man. Dope. Dude, Cody...
You want to run one?
Yeah, I'm gonna end it after I end the stream. I'm gonna make sure everything's good with the daughter and the wifey, and I'm definitely down to run some COD for sure, dude. Thank you so much, man, for doing this. I really do appreciate it, and I want to ask you a question before we got out of here. I ask.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yes. Do it. Battle Royale over Resurgence. Yeah, 100%, Bobby. Bobby, I think I saw you active in me and Cody's IGs, man. Glad you're here. Checking it out. checking it out. Doing it big, yeah. Mike checking his hard hands, yeah. Oh, that's your dog? Nice. Nice, man. Nice. It's a great dude, man. Good guy.
Got it.
So handsome, too.
Cardio.
Done. Did I ask every battle rapper, and I wanted to ask you, what's your end game? Do you have an end game? Do you have that final stage, that final goal that you could crush where you ride off into the sunset?
Well, I learned this concept of what I want to do with my life a few years ago when I was the private chef for the owner of Birkenstock, the shoe company. Great guy, amazing person. I worked with him, both for 3 years. We started a lot of projects. And there was one time we were snowed in where I asked him, I was like, hey, you're hella successful. You're like fucking 44 years old and you run one of the biggest companies in the world. Like, when's the beach? And he was like, never. He's like, I'll always do this. I just want to work. It's what I've always done. Mm-hmm. And the more I started to analyze what he did on a day-to-day, I started to realize I was like, I want to clock out at some point.
Yeah.
I want my systematic nature of learning to not be stuck on having to do shit. Mm-hmm. You know, at one point, I would love the idea of not having to do stuff and just be able to chill. Mm-hmm. And so I have super big goals. I have big ass castles, but they all have the end goal of having the beach in front of them. For a long story short, you know what I mean? So my next 5 to 10 year goal. Oh yeah, no. Well, so I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm 40, 50, blah, 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 because that's way too far away. 5 year increments so far have been astronomical for me. If I keep putting in the work that I'm doing and keep, leveling the way that I want to, it's going to be interesting to see what those 5 year increments do. But for right now, I'm focusing on creating a, for lack of a term, like a lifestyle company. I want to be my own media company. I want to eventually be able to put on these culinary competitions that I think are missing. One thing that I have learned from the battle rap community is that you guys kind of have an open playing field of who's good and who's not. And that doesn't exist in the culinary world. You have shows, and granted, I love a lot of these shows. I'm trying to be on a lot of these shows, and I've been on some of them. But all of them have to do with glorifying those who are at the top tier level. And then the bottom tier level is this turn and burn stuff where it's always new people. What I want to do is I want to create a media company and have my own household to have a battle rap style version of cooking. I want it to be call out based. I've wanted this for years, man. People have been telling me I'm this, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. Like, who I am as a cook doesn't define me. If you want to come and try to cook against me, bring it on. And I want to have that available. I want to produce that as a network, and I want to have that available as what I want to do. So I want to create the version of battle rap in a culinary world. I want to host something that is focused on developing talent, not something that is just turn and burn, get new people in, because that wouldn't work in your field. Imagine if it was just newcomers, and then after that, only some of them maybe made it up, and it was just newcomers. It would be so boring.
Yeah, revolving doors can only be effective for so long.
100%. And man, I can't tell you, I'm almost 30. Now I'm 29, and I would love to cut out the steps for people that struggle the way that I did when I was younger. And just kind of be like, hey, here's a platform. Do you want to fucking compete? As opposed to like, I started cooking when I was 13 years old. Yeah. I'm 29 years old right now. Yeah. And I've been doing pretty fucking well, but it's been tough. And I would love if I could just get the good in the world and just kind of isolate that and just get that productivity. Yeah. I think that's missing. And I would love it if there wasn't people like Bobby Flay that have a show where they can just fucking say that I win or I lose depending on if I decide to. Yeah. With cooking shows, I'd love to have an honest fucking platform where it was just cutthroat. And people want to see that. Cooking shows are watched more than any other show.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And if I could host a competition where it was just straight up, me versus you, an element where it's like battle rap where you have two people that are in-house and one vote that's on socials. Let's start doing it. Let's have a yearly competition, just like Super Bowls. You know what I mean? I want to know who's the best. And then next year, I want to know who did good. I want it to keep running like that because that will, A, give cooks the opportunity to be rock stars. but B, be hella fun content that's fun to watch as opposed to this, you know, fast fashion, in with the new, out with the old kind of shit.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
No, 100%. And I mean that, dude, talking to you, man, you know, we have a lot of, I feel like we have a lot of things in common, and I absolutely, I am infatuated with your perspective on a lot of things, man. I think you inspire me to think of a lot of things differently and look at them in a better way. You're a positive person. You're a fucking hustler, hard worker, and I could definitely see that playing out at any time that you want to, man. You seem like someone that you know, when they want to get something done, they're gonna fucking do it, no matter what it is, man.
You put the quarter in and it goes.
You put the quarter in, it goes, man. Cody,
put it in the right spot.
Thank you so much, man, for joining, man. This is definitely my favorite podcast. I'm definitely gonna drag your ass back on here. And at one point, if you ever want to have me on a show, dude, be more than
bring it on.
More than happy. I'll fly to LA too. We can do a nice little cooking thing.
Absolutely.
I'll
whenever
baste.
You're booked on California, you know you're gonna come here. You've seen my videos. You know what my studio looks like.
100%.
You're gonna come here, and I'm gonna give you a mystery basket.
Nice.
And we're gonna see what you can do.
Okay.
And then I'll show you afterwards what I would have done.
Nice. That actually sounds like a great idea. And I'll be in LA soon, but the bulk of my battles are in LA. So hopefully URL hits me with a nice little phone call, and we could get that going, man, for sure.
Bring it on. Hit me up, please.
Dude.
And yeah, you jumping on?
Yeah, I'm gonna check to see what the house is like right now, and then I'll definitely jump on. I sent you my Activision ID, right, in the text?
Oh yeah, I sent you a friend request that you denied.
Oh, you did? I didn't deny it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
Dude, thank you so much, man. It was great to have you on, Cody.
Hey, absolutely great to be on, man. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and do you have any socials you want to plug before you get up?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am created by Cody. One word on all social media. Instagram is where I do a lot of my stuff. I have a website if you want to funnel me any business ideas or inquiries and stuff like that. createdbycody.com. I communicate a lot on Instagram. I'm about to start doing a lot of events in California, partnering with that cannabis brand, as I mentioned. So please hit me on everything and anything cannabis, events, culinary related, please.
Gangster, man. My wife actually just gave me the go ahead. She's like, the baby's covered. We could play. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna smoke a bowl. I'm gonna smoke a bowl. Probably pour another drink, and then I'll see you in a little bit.
That's what's up,
dude. Thank you so much, buddy.
Cheers, man.
All right, brother. Nice.